Hindi magandang weather, but you opted to go here to attend our Ricoh event. We're very excited about this afternoon's event because we want to share with you what we have in terms of products and solutions. So I hope you will enjoy and learn something new for this afternoon. Okay? Let me start up with our product lineup. But before that, Ricoh has been in the industry for so long, as Sir Eric mentioned. And Ricoh actually, as part of its effort in bringing innovative technology to our customers, is actually the evolution of the office printing business. Earlier, Sir Eric mentioned that we also have other parts of the product, which are the production printers. But this afternoon, we will focus on the office printing. So the office printing business industry. And Ricoh is actually redefining these business domains in providing value proposition. And Ricoh is always wanting to give what the customer needs. And since we are in the printing industry for so long, we wanted to leverage on that strength. Okay? And the basic policies of Ricoh also is to provide our customers, as I've mentioned, new value propositions. So these are applications, solutions that will actually help or revolutionize the way we print, yung printing experience of each of the users. Because traditionally, whenever you print, it's something that's really boring. In a typical office scenario, for example, you have a laptop and you want to print something, most likely document, no? So you click Control P, and then you go to the machine and then get the paper, and then that's it. But with Ricoh, we want to give you a more fun and exciting experience whenever you go to your machines. That's what we're trying to do here right now. And of course, with that, with those applications and solutions, we aim to increase the productivity of our users. So ngayon kasi, all of the companies are really looking for the productivity of their employees. So they will enjoy the machine, and then each of the employees will increase also their productivity because we have a lot of shortcuts to offer. Whenever you print, you scan, or you copy. And with Ricoh, actually, we keep on adapting to the fast-changing working environment. And today, we will give you something that you can start to have a digital workplace. Something that's very mobile. Everything is connected with each other, with your smartphone, with your tablet. Everything is connected with Ricoh products. So, this afternoon, let me present to you the Ricoh's latest machines, starting off with our multifunction printers. These are colored multifunction printers. And then we will have later our interactive whiteboard and our projectors. Okay? So we have here a complete lineup or offering for you to start a digital workplace. Alright? Okay. So starting off with our MFP, this one is MPC 4504EXSP. It's a 45 copies per minute machine. And then another one is MPC 2004EXSP, 20 copies per minute. And as you can see, it has a built-in 10.1-inch smart operation panel. We call it SOP. This will really change the way you print. It's actually putting an Android-based tablet into an MFP. That's exciting, right? So it's built in with our multifunction printers. And with the latest models, it also has a built-in PostScript emulator. So whenever you're using a Mac device, you can expect a very vivid color printout. So you don't need to buy an option for you to print using your Mac devices. And it also supports different types of media or paper, up to 350 GSM of paper. And it has an optional NFC card reader. For some of our customers, they want to authorize their users or their employees before they print. And that's something for security also. So like here in Ricoh Philippines, we use our IDs before we can print. And actually, lahat ng piniprint namin na monitor kung sinong pinakamalakas sa amin mag-print. Sino malakas mag-mono, sino malakas mag-color. So nakikita yon. And what's good about that is yung administrator can set a limit also. We can provide that solution using our MFPs. And of course, it has OCR unit option to scan documents into searchable PDFs. So everything, you can do it with our multifunction printers. Okay? But this afternoon, we want to highlight our smart operation panel. As I mentioned earlier, this will really change the way you print. So before I proceed with the demonstration, let me share with you this video.
Ricoh.
Alright, so you've seen how powerful this SOP are. Okay? And what's new about this SOP? Because we've launched this last year. Ricoh added new applications for this SOP. Okay? And these are Easy Plus. These are 13 applications built in our SOP. So we categorize in 3. So starter pack, education, and general office pack. 13 applications. Our aim is to complete it up to 21 after the fiscal year ends. So we have here different types of applications, but I'll show you some of it, maybe 3 or 4. Later we can complete it later on. So I'll choose, for example, I have here this ID and I want to clone this image. Saan pa ba pwede nilagay? For example, business card. For SMB customers, yung mga nag-startup pa lang, they don't want to invest on outsourcing yung mga business cards nila. They can print on their laptop, and then if they want to distribute, they can use this copy clone application in our SOP. One by one photo. For example, you will submit a requirement and you need a lot of photos. You can copy the image or clone it. Ideally, or before, what we used to do, we have our laptop. Copy paste, Control C, Control V, like that, diba? But with SOP copy clone, by the way, you can see my SOP here in that IWB. So whenever I press something here, you can see on that IWB. So I have here my ID, just put it in the glass, and then you choose copy clone, and then you scan it, just one time scanning. Okay, I press scan, and the machine will scan the image, ID, business cards, memo, whatever it is that you want to scan and duplicate or clone, you can place and scan in our machine. So right now it's scanning, and what's good about this SOP, you can see the preview right away in your SOP. So you can see in your screen. So I have here one scanned image, and then I can choose how many I can clone. 2, 3, 4, 6, and so on. So for example, I choose 6 copies that I need to clone for that particular ID. And then, as easy as 1, 2, and 3, then you can have it printed out with 6 copies of that one scanned image. So automatically, easy as 1, 2, 3, that's the Easy Plus Copy Clone application. Okay, so it's now printing. Okay, so there you go. You don't need a laptop, a computer to Control-C, Control-V, copy-paste, cut and copy-paste, yeah, to do this. You only need your ID, your original document, place it in your machine, scan it, and select how many do you like. Cool, isn't it? That's Copy Clone from Easy Plus. Okay, another one. Usually in our offices, we have lots of receipts. Diba? So normally we use this for reimbursement whenever we have expenses, diba? And we need soft copies. We need these copies to send it to our own email addresses. And we want to organize it, sort it per date, for example. So using receipt scan application, so I'll just exit here first, and then I'll go to receipt scan. Put your receipts on the glass. Carry, thank you. And then, in just one-time scanning, you can sort individually. And the SOP can also preview one by one in just one scanning. So then you divide the SOP, yung preview sa SOP, so you can sort it per date. And what's good about it, when you send it to your email, hindi na kayo malilito because the title of the file is the date itself. Because if it's connected to the internet, after sorting, you can send it directly to your email. Okay, that's the receipt scan. So right now, we already pressed the scan, and you can see the preview that it is divided into 3. I put 3 types of receipts. And just by dragging it into dates, you can sort it and then send to your email address, to folder or to your email address. Just one scanning of 3 or multiple receipts. That's the receipt scan application. Okay, another one is the book cover maker. So, for those people na mahilig sa books and they wanted to make it personalized, so hindi na sila mahihirapan mag-edit or mag-select ng design, diba, for them to create their own book cover. So we have here that application, Book Cover Maker. Okay? What's good about this, it has templates already in our SOP. So you can choose whatever template you want. For example, Merry Christmas, for example. And you can personalize it by typing either your name, the title of the book, or whatever it is. So for example, I will type here, title would be Ricoh Press Event, for example. And you can select the thickness. So when you fold it, it's just fit to your to your book. Okay, for example, like that, Ricoh Press Event, you can adjust the thickness. And if you want to, if your book is a little bit big, larger than A4 size, you just turn on the A3 print. And this machine is, of course, capable of printing A3. You just type your title and then print. Okay? So, this SOP has a lot of, right now it's printing, has a lot of templates already for you to choose from. So, very cute siya. Na very simple but very interesting talaga, di ba? Na no need for a laptop, di ba? Increasing productivity tayo, di ba? So, yeah, it's now printing on A3 size of paper, and then just like that, easy as 1, 2, 3, you already have your book cover. A lot of templates to choose from in our SOP, and those are already built in every machine. So that's the Easy Plus. Okay, so as I've mentioned, we have 13 applications. Later on, if you want to check everything, we can demo it to you. But we would like to share you one more feature that's very good to offer here using our MPC24EXSP. So Carrie, the product manager, will demonstrate how the stapleless finisher works. Okay?
So we have here 5 pages of document. So ano ba yung usual na ginagawa natin when it comes to meeting? We print it out, we sort it out, and then we staple. And one. Minsan, pag nagkamali pa, nag-usap pa yung Alright, so we're going to show you how easy it is and how and safe and environment friendly our machine is. So I'll place this one here. Just press of a button. It will already 5 pages. By the way, this is 20 pages per minute. And this one is 45 pages per minute. Okay, this is what we call internal finisher. Yung dati natin, kung papansin nyo, dumalaki habang meron kang finisher. But this one, hindi na. So, nandun siya more of your space. Internal na siya.
So this one is the original. She copied it and then, because it's 5 pages, she needs to staple it.
Yeah. Gano'n naman katibay kaya to? Okay, and you have all your samples in your...
Yes, your press kit is actually, ito, last night dito namin pinarate using the stapleless finisher. So you can check kung gaano siya galing staple without using staple wires. Just use this finisher together, of course, with the machine. Okay? 5 pages. Normally, kasi pag 1, of course, 2, you don't need to staple yet. 3, 4. Pag nabasa niya na 5 pages, then i-staple niya.
Meron din kami hybrid. So, pag na-detect niya na more than 5 na to, it will automatically use the staple wire. But if it is 5 or less, it will intelligently select yung stapleless finisher.
So yun, we have different options. Very intelligent na yung mga multifunction printers natin. That's why, again, I'd like to mention, we want to offer something exciting for our users, yung printing experience nila. Okay? So that's it for our multifunction printers. Now, let's proceed with our interactive whiteboard. Sorry, before that, the next one pala is the ultra short throw projector. Okay. If you notice, this one is in its upright position. It's very stylish, it's very compact. And this is actually the smallest in the ultra short throw category among the other competitors. And it displays from 48 to from the screen. Imagine how you can project that big image. And of course, it has 3,500 lumens to give you that brightness. And it can project and view 3D images. And also, it can play movies. If you have a USB file with movies on it, you can plug and play using this projector. One time I borrowed it, dinala ko sa house, and then I have a cartoon movie sa USB file. And then just inside the bedroom, I just put it on a table, very close to the wall, flat wall. So yung wall ko is medyo cream yung color. And then my kids were very surprised. Para silang nasa loob na ng home theater room. And then they enjoyed watching the movie just using this ultra short throw projector. Very good. So, upright, less space. So very good. You don't need tables na kailangan i-atras mo para luminaw siya. Those are the typical or traditional projectors that we see inside the offices. And there's another version of this, yung interactive naman. Okay, so that's our PJWX4152N ultra short throw projector. Okay, next one is our IWB, this one. Our IWB is a full HD multi-touch interactive whiteboard. So it has a shadow sense touch technology that delivers unprecedented accuracy for finger or touch pen writing. So this one, you can use your finger or your pen for you to write. And it allows users to interact with on-screen images or documents using multiple fingers at the same time. So 4 fingers you can use at the same time. So it also has embedded stereo speakers and built-in microphone for video collaboration, in which we will demonstrate, and remote connection license that enables users in different locations to collaborate in real time. So this is our 65-inch full HD interactive whiteboard. Okay? So I have here Jester to help me demonstrate our IWB.
For the IWB is we can write, we can display, and we can share. First of all, sa writing, yun nga, as what Ms. Hannah said, you can use your fingers, 4 fingers simultaneously to write on the IWB. Then this IWB has a optical character recognition. So ang ginagawa ng optical character recognition, yung handwritten words, it changes to a digital word.
Dapat capital letter.
Dapat po pantay doon sa line nyo man.
Ayun. Nice.
So in terms of, for example, you want to have a copy of this one, kasi syempre meron tayong mga users na parang kinalahit ng manok yung sulat. Hindi naman po sa ano din. Convert niya. So magiging readable siya for other people. So next natin, we also have a preset na mga lines for architecture and engineering purposes. So for example, yun nga, like what we said earlier, kung gusto niya mas malinaw yung pagkakita doon sa images, pwede nyo gamitin yung mga lines na tulad dito para hindi siya mahirap gamitin. So next natin for the display, in terms of the connection, we are still using here the conventional connection in the projector, like VGA, HDMI, and DisplayPort. But this one has a network capability, both wired and wireless. So for example, ang isang location doesn't have sufficient wired connection, you can use your wireless instead. Then in terms of that, to show you yung ginagamit natin kanina. So ito yung laptop na ginagamit namin kanina to display the SOP. So VJ ang ginagamit na ngayon. Ang maganda dito, for example, you're presenting or you're doing something and you want to write something here. You want to write something here, you can save it. Para if ever na meron kang gustong balikan, for example, meron diniscuss yung presenter across doon sa hinay-write mo, pwede mo siyang balikan. Like, for example, ito yung inano ko. So yung collaboration with the presenter and the presenting is nandun. Then next natin is in terms of sharing naman. In terms of sharing, we have here the capability to print yung mga presentation mo. So in terms of printing, both black and white and color, Ricoh MP, pwede siyang gamitin. So ito siya. Then to add up, hindi lang basta Ricoh printer pwede natin gamitin. We can also use our white format, yung mga pang engineering platters. And we have also a gel jet printer for this. So test. So that's one of the sharing.
So yung meeting nyo, wala namang makakapagsabi, ay hindi ko alam yung pinag-usapan. Print or email actually.
Yes,
So later choose.
So next of the sharing feature is the email. So we can send direct to your email. So for example, wala kayong printer na Ricoh, but we have configured your IWB to your email server. We can direct email it to your emails. So this one. So right now we're using Miss Hannah's email address. So once na sinend mo siya, automatic kung babago siya sa So for the information, yung email na pwede natin ilagay dito is for corporate emails lang. Hindi pa siya pwede doon sa mga personal or commercialized email. But doon sa like Gmail, yung mga Gmail na corporate base pwede siya. Sorry, nagpart kami ng IP. So next naman natin, for the sharing, we can also save it dun sa flash drives naman, or memory stick. So, sabihin natin, for example, wala kang printer para i-print, wala kang email para i-send. You can still use your flash drives para ma-retrieve or makuha niyo yung files niya. So there's no way na pwede mo sabihin dun sa meeting na you don't have a copy of what you do or what you need last time. Kasi we have the three sharing capabilities here. So, I have here my USB. Then you can save it there. So, lahat ng na dinidiscuss ko ngayon is palabas. Kumbaga, papunta dun sa users. What if naman kung gusto natin ilagay sa loob ng IWB? So, we have here the import file, or import file, na nasa flash drive naman din. So, for example, I have my flash drive here, and I have a file. Pwede natin siyang ilagay doon sa loob ng IWB. So, for example, we have last week, and this is the plan that we use. So, this is our initial plan, for example. Then, for example, yung user mo is nandun sa ibang department o nasa ibang lugar. That having the same device, pwede natin gawin yung communication, the remote connection. So, this one. So, itong isang ito is nandun sa loob ng office namin. So, pwede natin siya, once na nagsulat ka dito, magre-reflect yun doon sa kabilang IWG. And yung user naman sa kabila, pag nagsulat siya, magre-reflect dito. So, with this one, yung collaboration nyo, hindi lang kayo nag-stay doon sa isang location na lang. Kumbaga, pwede kayong lumabas or masyadong wide na yung array of communication.
So, may nag-write na sa kabila, si okay.
Okay. Now, syempre, kung nagsusulat ka dito, kailangan makita mo yung kausap mo. So we have here the communication system, Ricoh, Unified Communication System. So ito yung kausap namin doon sa kabila. So ito yung pinipresent natin. As for now, we don't have the optional camera na nakalagay. But if we put the camera, makikita niya kayo dito.
They have a camera.
Yes.
It's part of the system.
Yung camera itself, yung model ng camera, sir, meron kaming model ng camera. Pero as for now, optional pa siya.
Currently, sir, yung ginagamit ng kabila is the Unified Communication System. It has chat. For IWB, we have a separate optional camera. Actually, hindi medyo hindi lang umabot eh. Shipment eh. We can put it in. It will serve as a webcam. So, para makita rin tayo.
So, yung dinidiscuss ko ni ma'am, yun is an appliance or a device. This one is an application.
Yes.
So, yung application po, naka-expect na siya sa loob ni interactive web.
So, right now, we're seeing that she's writing. She put a circle. So, at real time, you can collaborate, discuss one exact image, and do your comments. Do your markings without, alam mo yun, meeting personally. So kahit nasa location, you can view kung sino yung kausap mo, and then we can write at the same time.
You can change the angle.
Sir? Actually, sir, here po kasi, in terms of dun sa mga image na pinapasok mo dito, for example, yun nga galing sa flash drive, kung ano yung pinasok mo, yun na siya. You need, actually, sir, in terms of the camera naman, 170 degrees yung zooming niya for the Ricoh camera. Pero for example, you use third-party cameras na nandito sa labas. Kung ano yung degrees mo, yun din ang makukuha mo sa. So, ganun. Now, one of the conference system din na meron si IWB is the Skype for Business Conferencing. So this one, we partner with Skype para doon naman sa mga users na meron na existing communication system like Skype for Business. So ibig sabihin nun, you don't need to buy specific device for Ricoh. Kung sabihin na, kasi diba yung iba, sabihin natin, baka kailangan pa namin ito to make this work. No, we make the device compatible to other system. So yun po siya. Then, next natin, we also can use some selected templates.
So if you're having a meeting again, so it has a template, agenda, you can write press event, and writing. And then if you have notes, of course, diba, you can send it right away, print or email directly to you. We have different templates already built in for you to choose from.
So, question, kung pwede tayo magdagdag ng templates depende dun sa needs ng client or ng needs ng company. So, we just ask Ricoh if you have a specific template na gusto nito dagdag, then we will add it to it. So, I think.
Thank you very much, Jester. So, there you have it. That's our interactive whiteboard from Ricoh, of course. We're using 65-inch. And it's available from 55, for 65, 74, and 84 inches. Okay? It has a stand, of course, controller, the pen, and everything. If you don't need the stand, you can put it on the wall using bracket. Okay. If you remember, Sir Eric mentioned about service, Ricoh as a differentiating factor in our. We keep on innovating, and again, going back to my smart operation panel, we have here we call it Smart Assist. Smart Assist. If you can see in your screen, we have a question mark right there. Ano yung gamit? For the customers, alam mo yun, to minimize yung panic na I cannot print, tatawagin ng IT, nagja-jam yung paper. So here, if you're connected to the internet, actually, the FAQs are already there. So we are actually helping our users to help themselves also. Diba? Again, babalik ako doon sa printing experience. So every SOP comes with that question mark. We call it Smart Assist. Again, another thing for service, and we are very glad to announce to you that very soon we are going to launch this service offering to our customers, and we call it Remote Assistant. Remote Assistant. Okay? So, ano naman yung gamit ng Remote Assistant? Ay, sorry. Okay, nawala yung aking Remote Assistant. Anyway, Remote Assistants, the objective actually is to minimize, for example, in terms of Ricoh Philippines, you minimize yung cost in terms of our field engineers or technicians going to the customer site whenever they have problems. They will call our customer care and then they will say, I cannot print, my paper is jamming, ano nangyayari? Go here, diba? I want it now, mga ganyang tawag, diba? But with Remote Assistant, what we're going to do is we will have like our own call center filled with very good technicians who can assist our customers over the phone. But paano yun ma-address ng technician? How can he know the problem of our customers? Again, using our smart operation panel. Okay? So the concept here is, like you've seen earlier, ito, right now, mini-mirror or nire-remote ng technician namin yung SOP of our customers. So they will talk over the phone and then the technician can see that operation panel of our customers. He can dictate, okay, click this one or press this one. But of course, because of security reasons, we will always ask the customer to provide that code if they're agreeing or approving for us to remote their machine. So palaging ganon. Laging merong approval muna from our customers. Okay? So normally, the technician should be knowledgeable enough to address those inquiries. Because according to research, around 75 to 80% of the calls coming from our customers, ito yung mga technically kaya namang i-fix by themselves. So it saves cost and time for us and at the same time for our customers also. So we have here, for example, on how to set this up. Okay, so Kit, can we demonstrate?
So first, we press the icon for at least 10 seconds. And
So ito yung parang instruction ng technician namin over the phone. Go to your SOP, click the moon icon on your SOP.
at least 10 seconds. Then after you release your finger, may pop-up na message siya, no? So it's like nag-team viewer kayo nung sa client nyo, no? Kung sa, parang nagre-remote desktop kayo nung client, no? So mapapop up dyan yung, so, okay. So, at kasi nakakonect na tayo, so hindi ko na ipapakita sa inyo yung yung...
Assuming that the customer gave the permission already.
Actually, it's agreement, no? Kung
Agreement,
mag-agree kayo dun sa magiging, yung connection nyo, okay? So, once na kinlek nyo yung yes, so nag-agree kayo sa agreement doon, so mag-create siya ng receipt number, no? Or parang yung password nyo, no? So, and then, once na hingi ng nung operator namin, then in-input dun sa namin, no, sa remote operator tool, then magko-connect na sila rito. Then ayan na makikita natin yung yan.
Usually, anong requirement yun para makapag-remote?
Actually, internet. Kailangan naka-connect sa internet yung natin. IP address, basta may internet na siya, so makakonect siya sa remote server ng camera yung namin. Then, pwede lang makapag, na sila, ma-meet out. So, free naman yung church ng...
Free daw.
Free of charge, no? Depende sa contract, tapos depende sa contract. So, yun, no? So, once na nakapag-connect na sila, so ito na, no? Pwede na kayo i-guide ng operator namin. Pwede remotely, no, i-control yung panel nyo para may configure yung system nyo, mag-adjust ng settings, or pwede nyo i-guide lang kayo, bibigyan lang kayo kung saan yung pipindutin nyo, or bibigyan kayo ng highlights ng mga pipindutin nyo, or yung totally i-remote nyo, yung panel.
So, the same screen yun ay?
Same screen, yan. Ganto.
Okay, that's another interesting effort from Ricoh Philippines to provide quality service to our customers. And did you know, of course, speaking of service, only Ricoh Philippines is the one, actually, we provide iPads to our field technicians. Yes, so lahat sila, they're using their iPads. Whenever they go to the customers, they fix something, automatically in real time, they send out reports to us. So the clients will also confirm and sign using the iPad. So that's something that's the value that the Ricoh Philippines is actually giving to our customers, because Sir Eric mentioned that's our differentiating factor. We need to, or we will provide continuously high quality service to our customers. Okay, so there you have it. So you've seen our latest products. We have the multi-function printers, the color multi-function printers. We have the ultra short throw projector, the PJWX4152N, and of course our 65-inch interactive whiteboard, and our service offering, the Smart Assist, and then the remote assistance. So that is our offering. We are Ricoh. That's how we cater to the customer needs, diba? From SMB or to the corporate industry. So we have the products to start your digital workplace. All right. So later, if you want us to demonstrate more applications, and please, I will request, we will show it to you later. Okay. But for now, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hannah, for explaining and giving us first-hand information of the new office productivity solutions of Ricoh. Now, I myself, I want to try their new products, but I am sure many of you would like to ask questions about the Ricoh. So with that, I would like to call on once again our President and CEO, Mr. Eric Sulit, the head of our product management group, Ms. Hannah Castillo, and Mr. Orly Closa, General Manager of Customer Service, to please join us here in front. And before you start asking questions, I would like to ask the newcomers to please, we have a vacant table here on this side of the room. You can occupy this so that you will be more comfortable. Please don't be shy.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ross Rosario from WhatsAppFilipinas.com. Yeah, question. Impressive yung projector, the board. About the photocopier, still malaki pa rin siya. Napakalaki pa rin niya. Can't reduce the size of it. Ganyan na ba talaga siya?
So actually we have smaller units. But this one kasi, the ones that we are showing are the heavier duty ones. That's why they're this big. No? Also in terms of parts and serviceability, maganda talaga yung ganong form factor eh. Or di baka gusto pa mag-comment about it?
Like what Mr. Sulit mentioned, that we have different types of machines. So it starts from segment 1 up to segment 6 actually. But it all depends on the customer requirement. Mostly, those that are small machines are desktop machine, meaning say lalagay mo na sa table and then pwede mo na gamitin. But the thing is, ang laging tinatanong is gano'n pa kalaki yung volume. So, of course, logically, kung ang volume ay maliit, then we could offer smaller machine that would fit to a small space and that would fit to a small volume. But when it comes to functionality, let's say this function that was Ms. Hannah mentioned earlier, so sa mga malalaking machine natin siya makikita. And of course, in terms of reliability, so ito yung mga machine na kayang mag-produce ng malalaking volume per month or per day, depende sa requirement. So I would say it's still based on the requirement of the customer. So, but we do have a variety of models that you could choose from. So we also have mono that is desktop, but there are limitations actually. Like for example, those desktop machines can only print on A4 and long paper size. So, that was A3 na hindi mo siya makikita sa mga maliliit na machines. So, it all boils down to the customer requirement. But as for our product lineup, we do have from smaller machine to the bigger ones.
Another question is, yung projector, it doesn't have any internet connectivity. It does. So I can connect to it through Wi-Fi and then
Yes.
project the video.
Yes, sir. Actually, we have a model that have ad hoc Wi-Fi connection. Meaning to say, you don't need to go to the network of the company, but you can connect directly from your PC or your laptop to the project or Wi-Fi. Ad hoc Wi-Fi connection. This one have.
Yes. And the advantage of this is it can actually broadcast the presentation to the different devices around. So yun. So for example, sa conference room, you have your own tablet. So pwede niya i-broadcast dun sa mga tablets yung same presentation.
So they won't be looking anymore at the screen on their laptop na lang.
Yeah, if the screen is like the size.
Yeah. They have the convenience to look at their laptops or tablets.
How many can connect? 4.
So up to 4.
Yes, but we have other models that can connect more. Right? Yeah.
Okay, last question. I understand we're going digital, diba? So, are you, based on your records are you threatened by, because print is becoming almost dead and everyone's going online, digital. So, yung records nyo ba for the printing requirements, nanganganti ba or still the same?
So, again, let me address that. No? In other countries, the more advanced countries, it's happening already. Because what's happening is that the more advanced countries, they want to go mobile workforce. Meaning, the workforce can be anywhere. They can be at home, they can be on the field, they can be in coffee shop. And when you do mobile workforce, you're forced to have approvals online. So, naging online na lahat. One of the big uses of paper, document approval. Ngayon dito sa Pilipinas, hindi pa nangyayari yun. We're eventually going towards that phase, but right now, the document volumes are still growing. Ngayon, having said that, I think I showed part of the strategy a while ago. Part of what we want to do is go to document management solutions. So we're offering document management solutions, meaning we have solutions that will actually compete with printing. Okay lang yun, kasi that's where the industry is going. If we don't change, if we don't adapt, then we will also lose out. So we recognize that there's this change that's going on, and yes, we do have the products that can address it. Kasi one of the biggest, for Filipino corporations, what I see, is one of the biggest concerns is how to move from paper to digital workflow, digital documents. So we have those solutions that won't make it too difficult for you to move from analog or from physical document to digital. Mas madali. And we can integrate both in any point at the approval process and still route the documents, whether digital or paper-based. So nandun yan, kasama yun sa document management namin. And we're not running away from it. In fact, we're embracing it. We know that it will happen. That's why we're doing it.
Thank you.
One more thing. Now, having said that, yung print is still not going away. Still, there is use for marketing material on print. So, alam ko medyo there's a lot of marketing material being disseminated online now. But there's still a lot of print going on still. And the trend of print will be from, kasi yung mga offset, like I said, yung offset presses, long run yan eh. So, malaking volume. The trend will be going short run. And not only short run, the prints will be personalized. So, variable data printing. So, we're into that as well. So, I believe currently, with our current portfolio is good enough to address 3 years out, the needs of the businesses 3 years out. More than that, there's still technologies that we are looking at. Globally, we think that printing is going to move to 3D, and then from 3D all the way to biomechanics, meaning you'll be able to print kidney out of human DNA. So the possibilities are still endless for printing, no? Madami pa tayong yes, para mababuhay. Madami pang pwedeng gawin. No? There's still a lot of opportunities in printing, so we're still optimistic with this industry.
Don't even
We do, but we're not offering it here. Yes. Not in the Philippines. Our 3D printing is being used for manufacturing. Talaga. So it's really these heavy-duty 3D printers. Yes.
Hi.
Check.
Anyway, yes. In terms of security, kasi you recently said the printers are hyper-connected to multiple computers, and sometimes sensitive documents like contracts can be scanned. How secure is it for example, a random stranger to come in and like draw data from it via I don't know USB or from another computer? How are securities answered in terms of that?
Well, we have the printers have physical security, meaning password, biometric authentication, or RFID. So that's the security that we have. The document transmission itself, it's transmitted via internal protocols that are non-standard. So even if you intercept the file, you won't be able to decode it immediately. No? But having said that, we still believe in having a secure network overall. So kami, even here in Ricoh Philippines, we secure our network. We go through lots of tests to be able to make sure that our network is secure from external attacks or even internal attacks.
For the remote assistance feature, can we still deploy that to 2015 premises and motions?
Yes. Actually, it's a license being purchased by Ricoh Philippines. So we are the ones investing for that particular solution.
But it has to have this.
Yes, of course, the machines of the customer should have this as the latest model with smart operation panel. It's free for them. It's an added feature, added value for them.
Yes.
With regards to document transfer, how's that thinking?
Yes, good afternoon again. In the chat of the day online. My question is with regards to document transfer. Is it like duplicating the document? And these are like certified things, those sort of things.
Document transfer.
Right.
The files are sent to the copier.
Like with regards to like documents like titles or the IDs, it could be like duplicate or you could transfer it.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess this is part of our document management solution. So what's going to happen is that so for example, you have a purchase order that is generated by the system and then somebody signed it. No? Kaya lang, the final approver is not on hand. So you can scan the document, you can route it through the workflow engine of the document management solution, and then the approver who's even outside of the country can approve it. So, so that's what I was talking about, is that you can integrate both the printed and the digital document. So the approval workflow was approved physically, and then because the next approver is not present physically, he can approve digitally. So that's part, and then after the approval, the document gets forwarded and then archived. So you can actually do away with physical document.
Sorry. Thank you. Perhaps I was thinking about there are like our OFWs or the government papers. Like if they required like affidavit, you can just like transfer it, and is this also okay with it? I mean, right.
Well, we can do secure printing. Ano ba yung natin? Secure printing solution natin?
So okay, let's put it this way. Let's say if customer have that requirement, then of course we will first check the process. And then that process we will translate into solutions. Then we do have different solutions for different process and different customers' needs. So with regards to that, I guess Ricoh have solutions that is suited for the requirements. So maybe sa ngayon we cannot say which solution is fitted for that. But if that is a really a feasible project to work with, then we could find really from the list of solutions that Ricoh have to answer the needs of the client. So that can easily be managed.
How do you? Okay. So we have one more question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know if I catch up earlier. How about public documents, let's say, honest or, those kinds of documents that duplicated, of course, identified those are not taken exactly from. I know there are security papers,
Yes.
but that's a big possibility that they can copy those government public documents.
Would like to take that question.
That's a good question. Actually, most of the machines now have a security features. Like for example, hindi lang namin na-demo, but let's say if you copy a dollar bill, let's say Sing dollar or US dollar, it will come out all black. Yes, it has that feature. And that will avoid mga duplication. But if you are asking like yung mga NSO document, this document have the special paper na ginagamit, and this cannot be duplicated. Actually, you can photocopy it because this is color. It will come out the same color probably, pero pagka in-scan yan, there's really some authentication mark na tinitingnan ng mga agency na tumitingin whether it's fake or not. And the reason why I'm telling that is that previously we're the one servicing the NSO. Yes, and we've been their partner for about 3 years. And we have deployed a lot of machines nationwide, printing all these NSO documents. And these are very special paper. Hindi ito yung pangkaraniwang papelan na puti and then different to na color, no. Mayroon yung SECPA na sinasabi. And then they just print from the SECPA paper, they just print the image on that paper and come out as our NSO document already. So,
To add on to that, because earlier I demonstrated the Easy Plus. I mentioned that one ID, for example, you can clone it. We tried using credit card or ATM. It cannot read, the machine cannot read. For security purposes, cannot read, it's just blank. Yes. Government ID, if it's their driver's license, it can be. But you mentioned the dollar, credit card, and the machine cannot read. So you cannot duplicate. Cannot.